Alright, what's poppin' everybody? Swagkage here, joined today again by Clyde the Weeaboo. Say hi to everybody for me real quick.
Hey man, what's going on, man?
Had him on my channel here again. Hopefully you guys don't mind the podcast format that I have here. I don't articulate myself very well when I'm speaking off the cuff, so I apologize for that. But anyways, as you can obviously tell by the title and the thumbnail of the video, we're going to be talking about Madara and Meruem, not just in terms of whether one could beat the other or not, but in terms of their characters as well, because they don't get compared as often as, say, Meruem and Cell do, or, whatever, or like Madara and Aizen or anything like that, but they do get compared a little bit often, so I just thought that this would be a fun discussion topic. Yeah.
Yeah, well, like, I don't know, the subject is quite common on YouTube, really, I suppose, and just on the internet in general with a lot of those versus sites. Usually it's Cell versus Meruem, which makes no sense, because, like Swagkage said to me before, it's pretty stupid, because Meruem can't really blow up a fucking solar system or anything like that. And then you have, so I made a video called The Sea King versus Meruem, and I had a lot of people saying, yeah, fucking, why aren't you using Cell? Should have been using Cell. That's why, because he's light speed and he can blow up a solar system. So, and then we seen an argument on Twitter, which we won't name who was in it, but
yeah, this happened a few months back.
Quite a big argument
about Madara versus Meruem, as if this was a pretty big, like a super, Titanic battle. Nobody knew who was gonna win, and people were talking about, well, Madara has Tsukuyomi and Amaterasu, and he's also completely intangible.
It's like a lot of the Hunter x Hunter fanboys. Like, I love the series so much.
No. The person who thought that Madara had a Matarasu and Tsukuyomi and was intangible was on Madara's side.
Oh no! I was gonna say, like, there's a lot of Hunter x Hunter fans who think that Meruem is like the strongest character fucking ever. Like, they just suck him off because he's the strongest, one of the strongest characters in the series. No, I know that for sure, but I'm just trying to clarify, like, this matchup is just
it's a horrible mismatch. Madara stomps Meruem regardless of which form of Madara or Meruem you use. I guess we might as well go ahead and jump into this. So, before we talk about them as characters, I guess we can just go ahead and get out of the way that Madara would annihilate Meruem. Because the best feat that Meruem has is a mountain-busting feat when he launched one of Yuppie's rage laser blasts into a mountainside, and it blew up the entire mountain, and that caused both Yuppie and Poof to shit bricks. That was a feat that had never been seen before. But I guess you could say the same thing about Madara's mountain busting feat, but see, Madara busted an entire mountain range just by unsheathing the sword of his perfect Susanoo. So
it's not as though he aimed at the mountain and purposely went to cut it. He just sort of unsheathed it and then sliced two in half.
Yeah, no. He unsheathed. It wasn't like he directly sliced it in half. It was the shockwave from his sword blew off the tops of a bunch of mountains nearby.
That's insane.
Yeah, I know. And so this just means even just regular EMS Madara, without the Rinnegan, who just has his Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, he'd put Meruem to sleep without a doubt. I know Meruem's very durable, he's very fast, massively hypersonic, but then again, so is Madara. Sasuke was moving at Mach speeds back in the Chunin exams. He moved faster than a wave of sound that Zaku shot at him.
Yeah, I've got rough estimates of how fast they would be. When I did the Sea King versus the Meruem video, Meruem was somewhere around 70,000 miles per hour, because I just calculated how many punches they threw, him and Netero, and then went down to how fast he would have to move from one point to another to hit Netero that fast. And then with Sasuke, it's if the Raikage is the speed of lightning, that means that Sasuke has to be faster than 220,000 miles per hour. So that's just a given at the moment in the series.
Yeah. Oh, so, well, no, it's not even about Sasuke's own speed. Madara
no. But what I was what I was gonna say was then you got Madara, who bitched the Raikage, so he's definitely in that the 300,000 range or even above that too, especially with the Rikido mode.
He was tussling with a Raikage who was made even faster by Onoki's lightweight boulder jutsu, as a matter of fact.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and this is base Madara too, without the Jubi, without Sage mode, and also while weakened because of being dead. See, one thing a lot of people seem to forget is that Madara's feats, while he was in Edo Tensei, they're not indicative of what he's actually capable of, because Edo Tensei characters are, while they do have the advantage of being able to regenerate endlessly and having infinite chakra, they're not as strong as they were when they were alive. And this is why living like alive Madara with Hashirama's Sage mode bitched everybody, even without his own Rinnegan. So like alive Madara would be even stronger than Edo Madara was, and Edo Madara annihilated the 5 Kage. And I guess Meruem post Rose could probably accomplish the same thing, but like
it's more situational. It's more situational. Like of course he could. I mean, if you say that Meruem can beat Madara, that means you're saying that Meruem's physical feats are better than 8 Gates Guy, which no, that's just not happening. He can't punch as hard as 8 Gates Guy.
Well, yeah, no, that's like Rikudo Madara though. Like I don't even think Meruem's touching base Madara. Like I can't see him breaking through a perfect Susanoo. I can't see him dispatching an army of wood clones, all of who can use Susanoo.
The only argument I would make against that is like Sasuke purposely moved out of the way of Naruto's Bijudamas when he was in perfect Susanoo. So like if Meruem can casually fire mountain busting attacks, I think he might move out of the way. I don't know.
That's a Sage of 6 Paths Bijudama.
I know, but it wasn't really that much bigger. Really, it was
that's like an island level attack though. I don't know if that's a mountain buster.
I know, but like when Meruem first used his mountain busting attack, it was more like he was just sort of, I don't know, testing it out in a sense. Yeah. That's just like, that's the only argument I would give towards Meruem is, you know, maybe he could spam those at Madara, but other than that, he's going to get cut in half by the perfect Susanoo.
Has, I don't know how effective this would be at deflecting mountain busting attacks, but he also has Shinra Tensei. He has all of the Rinnegan abilities. I doubt he could use the Rinnegan to absorb Meruem's blasts because they're not made of chakra, so they're not ninjutsu. But
well, if it was an actual fight, we would make it so that there's no handicapping, because then that's just...
If that was the condition, if Nen and chakra were made to be the same thing, then yeah, Madara could absorb any of Meruem's blasts, which makes this even easier on him. But I'm trying to think, like, what else is there?
Meruem's also intangible, so, like, that's... What Madara would have to do to actually kill him would be, I'd say, puts him in a genjutsu and then just cuts him in half. That's what I'd do. But knowing Madara, he would let him go all out, because that's what he did with fucking 8 Gates Guy, and that was a bad idea. But still, there's nothing really that Meruem can do that would be any greater than 8 Gates Guy.
Well, no, again, I don't even think it would require Jubi Jinchuriki Madara. Like that, no, he would obliterate Meruem. But, see, the thing that this matchup comes down to that really makes it a mismatch is, while Meruem and Madara's physical feats are comparable, even though Madara has better feats, even at base, like, they do have comparable feats. They are in the same ballpark.
Meruem would win in a fist fight, that's for sure, because he's just an absolute animal, and he just gets stronger as the fight continues because he adapts to the...
But the problem is that Madara's versatility is so much greater than Meruem's is. Not only is Meruem literally a newborn baby, but Madara also just has so many techniques that can be applied in so many different situations. You know, like at the beginning of Naruto, we saw Shinobi relying entirely on one specific ability or set of abilities.
Yeah, and then, like,
you know, like Jonin were, you know, so powerful and like so like held in such high regard because of how many ninjutsu they had. And, you know, like having a bunch of different elemental styles made you like really, you know, like OP. And here Madara has fire, wood, he hasn't really displayed.
He has pretty much. He has all of them, but I don't think he had a need to use the other ones, because even Itachi had like water style and all that.
Wind with the gun by, but that's about it. He has, you know, like wood clones. He has Tengai
just having the Rennegan, having the Rennegan gives you all the nature types anyway too. So
yeah, no, he has the Rinnegan. He has the Sharingan, which he can use for various purposes. We don't even know what his Mangekyo abilities are. He can summon meteorites. He can use Chibaku Tensei. I mean, like, it's just... he can also use the Asura Path to turn his hand into a laser gun, you know, like, and fire missiles at Meruem, and just...
Oh, what about the, when he's in Rikudo mode, he has the light style attack, which can apparently cut through anything?
Yeah. He also has his Limbo clones, which I cannot see Meruem doing anything against. Like, it's 5 invisible Madaras. Like,
Yeah, and Meruem doesn't have any sort of like special
but
eyes
no,
to detect
it's
that
not.
shit.
It's not 5 Limbo clones he can create. It's 4, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's full.
Okay. So I mean,
He's the 5th one.
yeah. So it's not really a whole lot I can imagine him doing. And I mean, Madara was able to create 25 wood clones. If his Limbo clones can create wood clones as well, and like I don't know, but. And I know this was only in Storm 4, but there's also the possibility that his Limbo can use Susanoo, and if his Limbo can use Susanoo, Meruem's like fucked. Then
I mean, there's
biggest,
also like
the biggest thing is,
Meruem. Sorry, Madara didn't even go all out anyway. Like
Yeah.
he got plot armored by Kishimoto. So
yeah, like
even
I don't think
even
there
if
was
we
any point at which he used all of the abilities he had at his disposal. I think like the biggest thing though that puts Meruem in a losing position here is Izanagi, because like as reluctant as Madara would be to give up one of his Sharingan, it's preferable to dying, so he'd do it. And he has 2 uses of him, and he already has like if we're talking about just EMS Madara, it would be a bit difficult for him to sense where Meruem is, but if we're talking about Madara that had Hashirama Sage Mode, I mean, he took out Hashirama, Tobirama, Naruto, Sasuke, Sai, and all 9-tailed beasts, like, while blind. Well, he did have one eye when he took out the tailed beast, but still, you know, it's a feat that shouldn't be ignored. It's pretty crazy. So, yeah, I think this is a total mismatch. Meruem gets obliterated by Madara. As much as I like Meruem as a character, like that's just how this goes.
It's just fact. Like it's just he's not a good match for Meruem because Meruem relies too much on physical based abilities. And I know my guy did alright, but he only did good because Madara specifically allowed him to go all out because you know you only get to fight someone in 8 gates once a lifetime. So. Like,
not only
yeah,
that,
I don't know. It's
so,
such
so,
a
no,
such a silly matchup.
The thing about people constantly bringing up 8th Gate guy in like any discussion about Madara's abilities is that 8th Gate guy took on a not full power Madara, right? So like let's keep this in mind. Madara only had 1 Rinnegan. He hadn't absorbed the God Tree, and he hadn't opened up like the headband to reveal his Rinne Sharingan. So there's that. He also had the assistance of Lee, Minato, Kakashi, and Gaara. Okay? He would have been dead, like, immediately. If not
he would
for
have
their
died
assistance,
faster.
because-
He would have died faster too if Madara actually wanted to make it happen. He was just basically allowing Guy to go all out.
Like, well, I mean, even while he was just barely trying, you know, like, Minato had to show up, catch one of the truth-seeking orbs, and teleport away. And, you know, like, Lee had to come in and help. You know, he had to throw the kunai. Gaara had to, you know, use the sand shields. Kakashi had to kamui away some of the orbs. And then on top of all of that, Madara wasn't even trying. He just stood completely still while Guy charged up the Night Guy. So, I mean, like, that's kind of a non-point. Guy wasn't really any, like, he wasn't any match for Madara to begin with. Madara just had a lot of fun with him, and he was the strongest person on the battlefield, aside from Madara at that point. Because, like, you gotta keep in mind, Madara hadn't, like, he had no competition at this point. You know, like, nobody had gotten their Sage of Six Paths power-ups yet, aside from Obito, who wasn't a factor anymore because he'd had the 10 Tails extracted from him. So, Madara was just under the assumption that nobody would be able to fight him, and then Guy opened up the 8th gate, and he was like, well, alright, might as well have some fun. And
yeah, and the only like thing that 8 Gates Guy really did was just showcase the level that Madara was on. Even
yeah,
at,
Guy kind of got jobbed. He was, you know, it was kind of just to show off how strong Madara was, but it was also to put Guy in the spotlight for a bit. But yeah, no, I don't like using Guy to drive home the point that, oh yeah, Madara is still not that great against physical fighters. Like, no, that's not true.
But the best example for that is to show that, like, a character like Meruem, who isn't as physically, you know, impressive as the 8 Gates, it just shows you, like, Meruem has no chance against Madara.
Yeah, exactly. Meruem's fast, but he's not fast enough to distort the space around him.
When I did the math for how fast 8 Gates Guy was, it was somewhere around, like, 600,000 miles per hour. That's how fast he can move if it's 100 times base. So, you know, let's say he's hypersonic base times 100. Just, oof, insane.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I think everybody gets what we think about the fight between Madara and Meruem. But now don't be wrong. While I think Madara would beat Meruem, I do think they're both fantastic characters. I love Meruem to death, and I'm not sure which one I like more as an antagonist. I think I like Madara more, just because he's a bit more charming. But I would have to say I think Meruem is probably See, I don't know. I think he's a better written character.
Meruem is impressive in his own way because, the story he was written into it just fitted the mold. You know, he was made for a purpose. Madara is more just to be an overpowered, cool villain.
Well, not just that. Like Madara there are a lot of factors. There are a lot of traits that Madara has that just make me love him. But I see, Meruem is an example of Togashi's genius, where I think See, Kishimoto is kind of an average author with rare strokes of brilliance, and Madara was one of his rare strokes of brilliance that I think he was more of the result of I guess I don't want to not give Kishimoto
when he was introduced
though,
but when Madara was introduced, I remember the only reason he kept him in for so long because he was getting such a good response, people were loving it. He's all right, then I'm just gonna make him the main fucking dude. And then
I know, he was gonna have Obito be the main villain, but then he was well, people like this Madara guy so much.
I'm so glad because Madara is he's the OG ninja, the big dog from back in the day. So that was a World War II dude coming out of nowhere.
Exactly.
What the fuck's going on, kids?
Well, he was built up all series long. He was just this legendary fighter that everybody was scared of. And the build up allowed him to deserve how powerful he was. A lot of people say he's a god Su, way too overpowered. He's dumb, whatever. I think he was built up for long enough. You even see his statue in the Valley of the End when Naruto fights Sasuke. He's had a lot of presence in the series. I expected him to be extremely powerful, so it was just really satisfying to see him take everybody out.
If he was brought back instead of Hashirama when Orochimaru took over, what a fucking rip.
Well, Orochimaru hadn't perfected the reanimation jutsu at that point, but
I don't think he even knew where Madara's body was to begin with. So
but see, Meruem has the same thing going for him. He has the immense buildup that Madara had. Not an entire series of it. Granted, he had an entire arc of buildup. And I think the way the Royal Guard was established was brilliant because it is kind of stupid how all of these people who had trained to use Nen their entire lives, Kite, and a bunch of these really
even
powerful hunters.
No, what about the Zoldytes? Even though the Zoldite guys were fuck this.
Yeah, but no, anyways, it was kind of stupid that there were these guys who trained to use Nen their entire life, and then the Royal Guard just shows up and is power level over 9,000 all of a sudden. But it was really good that they were established as being outlandishly powerful, way more powerful than the protagonist could hope to be. And then you have Meruem being built up on top of that, while you're kind of just taking in the fact that the Royal Guard on their own are way too strong. And
it was stepping stones to lead up to Meruem, who was just because you remember when that guy got so scared that his hair went grey. So I was oh shit.
Yeah, no, Nov's hair started falling out. It was crazy. See, I think the thing about Meruem...
what about the ant? That ant guy that, aged to 50 years? He turned into an old man.
Welfin. Yeah, he was staring Meruem straight in the face, and Meruem was just I'm about to kill you. And then he just says, Komugi, and then Meruem's oh, okay, thanks for reminding me who that was. Going on. No, but the thing about Meruem that, he's got an arc to him, whereas Madara doesn't. See, the problem with Madara is that he's already kind of at the end of his character arc, and everything about him is established in flashbacks, and he's kind of his mind is already made up at the end, which is fine. I love him to death still, but you get to see Meruem change as the series progresses, and his growth as a character is handled really well. It's a bit cheesy at certain points, it's kind of dumb. Sometimes, but for the most part, I really like the way he's handled. He's not necessarily a bad guy. He's just a newborn baby who's put in a position where he's supposed to get whatever he wants. He's legit his purpose
it's
is
essentially
to rule the
watching a
world.
kid like learn the world as shit goes by. Like
But
it's very interesting development.
It's like like a newborn baby. Like it's like Jesus, except Jesus's goal was like kill everybody that isn't a human and rule the world.
Mm-hmm.
And like the way Meruem interacts with people, like one of his lines where like he says the shit about think as hard as that tiny little brain of yours will allow. When was the last time you spared a cow as it begged for its life? Like, it was great.
That was so just like raw, and it was pretty much just like showing how little human life even matters.
Yeah, it was a great bit of insight. And just like he's really entertaining. Like he's good for gags and stuff. Like when he was just obliterating the best players in the world, like at like every game. Like Go,
Mm-hmm.
Chess,
checkers and all that shit,
yeah,
and what's it called, like Shojoku or something like that.
Yeah. And there was the one guy who was just like, I'm sick. I'm feeling sick, and I'm
He's
tired.
like, how many days do you want?
Yeah, he's like, how many days do you want to recover? Do you need some sleep? Like, I'll let you sleep. I want to play you at your best. I just want to be better than everybody at everything. And then the guy just tries to run away. He's like, and then he dies. It's great.
Those were some good moments. I still remember watching all those. Like Hunter x Hunter was a very, very good ride. I wouldn't say it's underrated, but a lot of people say it's the best shonen. It's definitely up there. So you guys should check that out if you've never seen it before.
I feel like I'm kind of rambling a bit, but like I really like Meruem. He and Madara serve two like different purposes, but they're both fantastic shonen villains. I struggle to say like Meruem's like objectively better written than Madara because I don't know about that. Like, see, I prefer Madara, and Madara does have a lot of really great parts to him, and he's like a villain with like a good tangible goal. Just
you just gotta you just gotta appreciate it for what it is, I suppose. Like, because they're both completely different stories and stuff. It's more like, I don't know, Meruem's cool for this reason, and Madara's cool for that.
I don't like it when people are like, well, you can't compare two characters because they're completely different stories.
No, it's not like that. It's just like their situations turn out how makes the character turn out a certain way. Like, Meruem's development was interesting, whereas Madara was like, it was a huge build-up, and it was definitely worth it.
Oh, yeah, no, Madara was like this super ancient, like, badass, whereas Meruem is like, he's like Cell, but handled better, I think, without the Lego genetic bullshit that you have to deal with Cell. Like, I have everybody's powers.
I can't do that. I won't watch anymore. I feel it slipping. And that's what our Gon should have done. Fucking put out the final Kamehameha.
Well, I actually like the way Gon's ascension was handled. Because it kind of broke the Super Saiyan trope by having there be like real consequences for getting a bullshit shonen power up. But that's a completely different topic. I don't know if I've gotten my thoughts about Meruem across very well, but I really like him. He's a very intelligent character. He's great. I love both he and Madara.
Basically, Meruem would get shit on by Madara. That's the end of it.
In terms of characters, though, I think they're both just as I prefer Madara just a tad, but I think they're both fantastic and well written.
What about Crollo? What about Crollo? Do you prefer Crollo over Madara?
Oh yeah, Crollo over Madara, maybe a tiny
just
bit.
As a character.
Just a tiny bit as a character, because I love Crollo. He's great. He's one of the most entertaining characters to watch on screen, like, ever. I think Crollo's the best antagonist that Hunter x Hunter has. A lot of people say
he's just very
but it's
mysterious.
Yeah, but I think that's a topic for another day. I'll probably dissect Crollo, Meruem, Madara in separate videos. But for now, those of you who still haven't subscribed to Clyde, do it. Like, please. He's great. He makes really fun
check
videos.
out my fucking channel.
I've been friends with him for a while. He actually found me when I was in like 5K, right?
Fucking. It was back in Vietnam, He was there. He was
when
shot.
I made
He was on the ground.
Dragon Ball Super Sucks video. You found me from that. It was when I had.
We both made a similar video to that, and then I've seen his and they're recommended. So I'm like,
all I know is that like he's a cool guy. He and I have been friends for a while, and he didn't like approach me just to get big because I wasn't big when he met me. So I like him.
I found your content interesting, and then from there you fucking just blew up like Hiroshima, and then.
But yeah, no, like I like Clyde. I think he deserves just as much success as I'm seeing. So I'd love it if
you're going the right way for a suck fellas, young man.
But
anyway, guys,
leave his channel link in the description.
If you're interested in any of the really in-depth videos that Swag does, then check out my Anime Fight Night series. You might like it, you might not, but that's basically all I can offer that's somewhat to the same standard. You might enjoy my normal videos, but yeah, just thanks for having me on. I do appreciate the shout out, and I appreciate doing the video.
And also, if you guys like juicy drama, Clyde's got a Double 4 anime interview. Is it coming out today?
It'll be out by the time this video is out.
Okay, so yeah, you'll be able to go on his channel and check out the interview, and yeah, that sounds.
It's gonna be spicy. Yeah, I interviewed him for about an hour, so if you've watched this far through Swag's video, you can go check that out too. That'll be interesting.
But yeah, anyways, we've kind of been off of the video topic for a while, so I think I should go ahead and wrap things up here. Thank you guys for watching all the way to the end. Hope you guys enjoyed. Again, check out Clyde, and if you're new here, make sure to subscribe here and to Clyde. Get both of our content. I fucked up that sentence. You'll see it whenever we both upload. Anyways, yep. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys have a fantastic day as always. And if you have any video ideas that you want me to talk about in the future, either in a format like this or in my typical format, leave it in the comments below, and yeah, I'll get to it in the future. Blah 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 blah. Talk to you guys later, everybody. Say bye to Clyde in the comments for me. Say hi to Clyde, actually. It wouldn't make sense for you to say bye. And, yeah, talk to you guys later, everybody. Swagkage out. You can say bye, too.
Oh, shit. Catch you later, guys. Catch you later.
Okay, bye, everybody.